common problem with using loop grids, whether it's for posts or products, is inconsistency. On the screen, we've got 4 containers. Imagine this was a loop grid. We've got image, title, a bit of text, and a button. But notice how none of those buttons are like parallel to one another. They're not in a line. So the images are consistent, but over here we have different size text. So what happens is the button is now pushed upwards. Over here we have a title that wraps onto 2 lines. It's the same text as what you have here. And now the button is slightly further down. And over here we have something that's completely different because we've now gone and added in icons. It might be that maybe you're pulling through like custom fields as well, so there might be a bit of inconsistency. Some of the posts, or maybe you're using these for team profiles, have got a Facebook link. Someone else's profile has not got a Facebook link, so you're going to get this variation. And what a lot of people say is, how do I get these buttons to sit on the same line? I'm going to show you 3 really simple ways, and basically you go and pick which one you want to go for. Let's start off with the most common solution people try to implement, and then they realize this isn't working really well. I click on the container that contains all the items, and we've got some padding of 20 pixels all the way around. And what people do is they go to the layout and they go and do space between. So the image is right at the top. Bearing in mind we have some padding and the button is at the bottom, and everyone goes, hey, yeah, the button is at the bottom. But if you apply that now to everything else, the image and the buttons are where we want them to be. But look at the rest of the content. You're still getting inconsistency. So here's what you need to do. First solution is to use child containers. So into this container, I'm going to drop 2 child containers. I will then zero out the padding and the margin for every child container. So we're going to do that there, and we'll do it for the second one as well. I'm going to pick up the button and I'm going to paste it into, or you could move it however you want to do this, into child container number 2. And into child container number 1, I'm going to pop in the image, the headline. We look at child container 1. It's got the image, the title, and your text. And child container 2 contains only the button. Now, if I was to go over and do space between, everything is where it needs to be. And if we were to replicate that for all of these, so you have all of these items in child container 1 and all of your buttons in child container 2, your button will sit where you want it to be at the bottom, and everything in child container 1 goes to the top. That's method number 1. Method number 2 is using absolute, and not everyone's going to like this, but it can work for you really easily if you're only worried about the button. This is still all inside one container. There's no child containers here. We're going to go over to the button. I'm going to go to the advanced tab, and where we have the position, I'm going to select absolute. Now, when you do that, it usually goes to the top left corner. You'll see further settings here. I'm going to put the vertical position to be at the bottom. I'm not going to worry with the horizontal, like I'm not going to go to the left or right, but I know that I've got 20 pixel padding going all the way inside of these containers. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to say, give me 20 and give me 20. That button is now in the same position as what we've got in the container to the left. So this is still using method number 1 with 2 child containers. So child container 2, child container 1 inside the container. So if you're doing a loop grid, that would be your template. But method number 2 is, well, we still only have just 1 container, and then I've got an absolute position, my button. And if I was to apply that to all of these, can you see the button is now in the same place? It doesn't matter if the title wraps. It doesn't matter how long the text is. It doesn't matter if you have social sharing icons or anything else visible there. It's all in the same place. So that's method number 2. Now let me show you method number 3. We still have just 1 container. There is no child container here. Go to the item or the element above the final item. So I want the button to go to the bottom. So the item before it is the text. Go to the advanced tab, and over here where you have size, you will see grow. Go and click grow and watch that button. Boom, it's gone down. Let me show you that again. The item above the button is the social sharing icons. So I'm going to go to the advanced tab and I'm now going to hit grow. Watch that button. Look at it. It's in line. I know this is using method number 1 and this is method number 2, but look, method number 3 works absolutely fine. And that was just by hitting grow. So if you don't want to do child containers because you just don't want to do it, this item over here, or this option, number 3, is probably the simplest and easiest to do. Let me know in the comments which one is your favorite. And if you have any other ways to align the buttons or the content, I'd love to hear about them. I'm Imran from Web Squadron, and I'll hope you like, subscribe, share, and follow. Yogi Bear. I'll see you soon. Bye.